Hello guys, I'm Rohan and today I'll be talking about this project called Fabricate Maven Plugin, which you can use for your Kubernetes and OpenShift workloads. If you are using a Java application on top of Maven, then and you want to deploy your application onto Kubernetes and OpenShift, then I would say this is something you should definitely try out because it allows you to handle your Kubernetes and OpenShift operations with ease. So let's see how it is. And first comes installing this plugin onto your Maven project. So this plugin is available as a standard plugin onto the Maven Central. So if you go to Maven Central and if you search Fabricate Maven Plugin, you would be able to see it. And we would be using this version. That's the latest version 4.1.0. so we would be adding this onto our project, whatever project it is. So let me go to my IDE and see if it's added there or not. So again, I'm using a demo project for demonstration. It's just a random generator application which just generate some random string onto the random endpoint. So let me open its POM. So as you can see, it's a very basic Spring project. So I have already Fabricate Maven plugin. I have already got FMP as a dependency into my POM. So this is how you just set it up in your project. Just add it as a plugin in build section of your pom.xml. Cool. So next comes generating Docker images. So in order to generate, now I have added this project as a plugin as a dependency into my project. So now I want to generate Docker images of my project. So we just have a goal to generate Docker images. So let me go to my terminal and show you how it's done. So for generating Docker images, I just have to do mvn fabricate build and it would take care of generating Docker images. Alright, and if I check whether I have some image, so as you can see, there is some image which is generated, and it was generated 11 seconds ago. So it shows that FMP has generated our image. Alright, cool. So let's jump to the next thing, which is generating Kubernetes and OpenShift manifests, basically, which are the Kubernetes and OpenShift YAML file which you would be using to deploy your deployments or services or routes onto your Kubernetes or OpenShift cluster. So let's go to my terminal again. So in order to do that, we just have to issue a command called mvn fabricate resource, which is going to just generate these YAML files which you would be okay. So as you can see, it has generated some resources, and I think they would be available in target, classes, meta, inf, fabricate. So we have two directories for both Kubernetes resources and OpenShift resources. So if you see Kubernetes, we have deployment and service, and in case of OpenShift, we have equivalents of that is deployment, config, route, and service. So now if we check out these files, so again, it's a standard Kubernetes resource. So alright, so our resources are generated. So now what we want to do is we want to deploy our Kubernetes OpenShift manifests onto a cluster. So it's also an easy step. For Fabricate Maven plugin, we just have to issue a command called fabricate deploy. So what it's going to do is it's going to apply these YAML files onto my Kubernetes cluster. So here, as you can see, some Kubernetes resources are getting generated. Alright, so it's saying use Kubernetes kubectl get pods. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, my pod is running, so let me see if I can query it. Okay, kubectl get service. I selected my service as a node port service. I had configured this in my POM. If I go to my demo project, and I see here my project, and I have added this property called I want this dependency as this. I want the service as of type node port, so that's why my service is of type node port here. Alright, so I think in order to access it, I just have to issue a curl to the colon 30157, and the endpoint is random, because as you can see, I am able to get a random ID, which is my that means my application is running. So again, I have deployed my application onto Kubernetes and OpenShift cluster. Now I want to debug my application. So how would I do that? So Fabricate Maven Plugin also has got a goal called mvn fabricate debug. So what it's going to do is it's going to allow me to debug my application. Oops.